Okay, so the feature race on day one is the Champion Hurdle. This one should be quite quick, although Willie's put his little fire in the iron, hasn't he, with Appreciate being apparently switched back from fences over hurdles. We don't even know if he's going to line up, really, do we? So, Jamie, I'm going to come straight to you. Honeysuckle just wins, doesn't she?
Oh, 100%, Dave. I'd not buy into this crap that Nick of Devoneville, Mr. Fan Club next to me there, Mr. Carter of Evitant, is finished. She is finished, in my opinion. What a bad Christmas hurdle. It's sad. It's like what you said in a preview there a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago. But you went to Kempton before and you see Fahine the Machine coming over. It's just terrible. The Christmas hurdle has gone to shit, to be honest with you, since a long time ago, to be honest with you. And I'm not cribbing British racing. It's just the fact matters is what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Honeysuckle will win. I suppose the 2 against the field obviously is appreciated. Has to be there, but the farm line with Fernie Hollow has just been spoke about. I suppose one horse said it. We've mentioned in previews before. At Limerick was Tealpoo. I really was impressed. Quick Celios went to the front. I'm trying to see Quick Celios, to me, in my opinion, is a 3-miler. Tealpoo probably will need further in time because they're a 4-year-old coming off their 4-year-old campaign. But I was seriously impressed the way he picked him up at the end. I thought Darrell O'Keefe, I think, was on Quick Celios. Darrell O'Keefe, to me, needs to, I don't know, even what he once said about he's right, SM, what you want in the lauders. If Willie's talking about your jockey in an interview, we're in trouble. But I thought Tealpoo was good. It's a bog at Limerick at the best of times. Is he a soft ground horse? That's the problem. But it's going to be Honeysuckle against Appreciated. Appreciated will be second. Appreciated gives £7 to Honeysuckle. I don't think so. And look, 4-5. I got 7-4 at the start of the year. I'm happy. That's about it, Dave. It's just will she win? And that's about it.
Yeah, fair enough. So, Dazzler, I'll come to you so we can find out. The only one that Jamie hasn't really mentioned that you might mention was Sharjah obviously picked up the 4th Mattison's hurdle. Been chucked about the fact that Hurricane Fly and Isterbrack did the same. Slightly offensive to mention him in the same breath as those two. I know he's won the 4 Mattisons, but hasn't won a champion hurdle. Do you reckon he could be the main danger? Because Honeysuckle being the female that she is, I know all my female viewers will hate this, all 1% of them, but the women can do it. They can throw a tantrum. They can throw a bad run in. So do you reckon Sharjah's got a chance this year of bettering Honeysuckle, or does she just win?
No, I don't think Sharjah's got a chance to beat Honeysuckle. And the reason being is because Sharjah couldn't win the champion hurdle, a poor champion hurdle, when Epatante won. And look, Epatante is not...
I know what you're saying, Darren. You're on it, Epatante, and great show, 6-1 Christmas hurdle that year, right? Don't you think that year, if Paul Townend was on Sharjah, would Sharjah have beaten Epatante that day? That's just my question to you.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, but there would have been minimal in it.
Obviously, I'm talking through my pocket, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, honestly, even on the fractions, when you do the 2 time figures of both the horses, Sharjah was definitely unfavoured by his hold-up position that day. There was very little, if anything, in it between Epatante and Sharjah. The Epatante, the reason I put her up for that champion hurdle, because it was the worst 2-mile division that we had seen for a long time. She was the only improving progressive horse at the time, and now she's coming up. Now she's hit her peak, and she's just not improving now. There's no more to come, I don't think, from Epatante, and there's no way she gets anywhere near Honeysuckle this time. I don't think. I think there might be 2 bets in it. I think Appreciate It is if you're going to have a bet in the champion hurdle, it's Appreciate It. Now, if you compare last season's Supreme Novice Hurdle to the champion hurdle, you take it from the first flight that they jumped. The Supreme went much harder through the mid part of the race than the champion hurdle did. Now, Honeysuckle did finish, if you play them side by side, ahead of Appreciate It, but probably 3 lengths. I don't think there's a whole lot between the 2. Now, the issue you've got with Appreciate It is, has there been a problem? What's the real reason he hasn't gone chasing? Is it because he can't jump a fence, or is it because he has had a setback? And you need to see him get a run or 2 in before the champion hurdle. So there's a few things to question there. But I'll tell you what, if Appreciate It goes out and dots up in a small race early part of January, and then goes to Dublin Racing Festivals and is impressive there, then the 6-1 is big. I think he's the only reasonable bet in this whole entire race. The one, if you want to take a bit of a chance on, and I don't really believe I'm saying it, but it could be Envoy Allen. 40-1 Envoy Allen is. And the reason is because he's just not firing over fences. I feel that they're going to do something with him. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go Ryanair? There's no real options for Envoy Allen. So coming back over hurdles and sticking him in the champion hurdle, they might just roll the dice with him and see what happens. If they come out and say that Envoy Allen's going to run the champion hurdle, he's not going to be a 40-1 shot. That's absolutely for sure. So there could be a little angle in there. It might not happen, but a 40-1, if you want to chuck a tenner at it, you could take a small chance, I guess. But other than that, I can't really see anything else getting involved. Tehupu is interesting. The harder they go, the better it'll be for him. Because like Jamie, I think he'll stay further. But I mean, we're at a time at the moment where we're in a very poor 2-mile crop of horses. And comparing Sharjah to the likes of Hurricane Fly and Istabrack is just absolute nonsensical. He won the last day at Leopardstown, and I thought everything went wrong for him. I thought he was much the best horse in the race, but he's just been at the same level consistently for quite some time. He's not improving. He's not doing anything different. He's just coming up against a lesser class of horse. I mean, you go back to the champion hurdle. He ran him when he was beaten by Aspire to Allen. Was he brought down that time? He's brought down, yeah. But he would have got nowhere near the likes of Aspire. You know what I mean? I just think that he's around. He's rock solid in a time where there's absolutely no real depth to any 2-mile division. And do you know what? It reflects badly on Honeysuckle, really. And I know I shouldn't be saying this because everyone thinks he's God and he's great.
I totally agree with you there. Not cutting across you there. I totally agree with you. He'd be 2-time champion hurdler if there was no mare. Go for 3 in a row. Do you know what I mean? That's the way it is. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, he'd have 3 champion hurdles now if there was no mare.
Yeah,
that's the sad thing about it. You know, but comparing them to Istabrack and Hurricane Fly is insane.
It is because the depth of their divisions when they were around was ridiculous. There were some very, very good horses around.
Very good.
Look, Honeysuckle should win. I think the bet is appreciated. If you want to take a bit of a flying chance, I think stick a couple of quid, small couple of quid.
I think where appreciated will go is probably Gorham Park the day of the Red Mill Day. There's a 2-mile hurdle there at Grade 3. Don't think it'll go to the DRF because William Mullins know that Honeysuckle will rock up there. So I think it'll be Gorham Park champion hurdle.
Yeah. So very good points in there from everyone. Just to my little Rochambeau for bits and pieces in there. So Honeysuckle is she's an absolute legend. She unbeaten, all those sort of bits and pieces. About to be a dual champion hurdler if she goes and gets it done. I want her to do it because I think she is pretty decent, but agreed that it is at a pretty lower level that she's doing that, which is sad for her, but she can only beat what's in front of her and she can just do it as she wants to do it. I don't even think we'll see appreciate it. So that's why, Jamie mentioned in there that he could run at Gowran. This is where Racing Post entries, when they come up with 5 or 6 day declarations, is so important this time of year to start looking at these things. Because if he doesn't even get the entry at Gowran, it's going to allude to the fact that, okay, he might go straight to Cheltenham. He did it with Penhill, didn't he, from novice stakes to go and win a stayers hurdle. But this isn't a stayers hurdle. So it would make me worried if he's going to line up. And obviously, while he was potentially going over fences, when Willie made the announcement, I think he was 4 ins, so he's halved in price. So I agree on his supreme performance. Like you were thinking from last season, just bloody run him in the champion hurdle anyway. Don't mess about fences. But I don't think he'll run in the champion hurdle. Sharjah Darrell's quite nicely put the fact that he's just not good enough to win a champion hurdle. Him being brought down behind Espoir de Lan, similar to the new one when he got brought down when the ill-fated Arcona fell and died. Because year after year, people saying this is the new one's year, this is the new one's year. Sharjah's the new one, so not bad.
Arcona would have won that champion hurdle.
I know he would have done. Sad times. Envoy's the one though, but like Darrell said there, a little bit left field. The only big annoyance is the fact he's with Henry in it. And I'm not saying that he won't want to necessarily run against Honeysuckle if the owners want to do it, but you'd rather he was at Gordon's if he was going to do something a bit absurd. But we've got novice hurdle entries coming out on the 4th of January. Then every 7 days there's some more stuff. So I think the champion hurdle entries, I can't remember exactly when it is. I'll put something up, but we've got a couple of weeks basically till it happens. when those entries are going to come out, the markets will be suspended. And like Daryl says, if Envoy Elan has even got an entry for the champion hurdle, it'll be 20s max price. It'll be probably short of that. It might even be a 10 spoke. So I think it's with Paddy Power you can get on at the 40s. They're cash out, aren't they? So you might have the chance to go play something against them. But Honeysuckle hopefully should win it. So that would be my selection. But I won't be backing. I don't want to back mares at short prices. But it would be Honeysuckle for me. Jamie, what would you be saying?
Honeysuckle to win, and appreciated the follower home, Dave.
Ooh, Dazzler.
I'll go appreciate it just to be different.
Terrible.